I don't have moderators. Not yet. Not yet. This is the blanket that's making the tutorial, but it takes ages. It takes ages. It's twice the amount of tying, twice the amount of cutting, and I've got to tape up my fingers because it's hurting a little bit. Can't really see it, but it's still a bit red from yesterday. Plasters are better than this tape, but I thought this would be better at the time when I bought it. Sports tape might be better than this. Or bandage tape, is it? I don't know. The kettle's gonna whistle in a minute. Like now. I'm ready. I'm ready. Cup of tea. Taped up fingers. So yeah, I'm literally just tying. But I usually do my lives on TikTok, and I've done a few on Facebook just recently. But I'm gonna do more on YouTube. So let me see I don't know if the chat's actually on, but I'm here if you want to ask any questions. I'll answer them as best I can. I do try and answer everybody's comments anyway. But yeah, I've noticed when I'm live as well, I do more work. Because this seems to just be taking me even longer than usual. It's really hard on the fingers, this design though. Let's put some music on.
Like a 2003 skateboard demo.
I have permission to listen to these bands while live. First band is M60, M for mother, 60, M60. They're from Manchester. It's my boyfriend's cousin's son's band. And the other band, the reggae band, is Rough Trade, RUFF Trade. Rosy evening. Hi. So yeah, the comments work. Hi from Australia. Thank you. Forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, the music. I have permission. So this is aimed at YouTube algorithm. I am allowed to listen to this music. What's the time in Australia? And evening. Look into your eyes, you see straight through mine. Only 9:30. If you want to be alone. 10:30, 10:33. It's 11:34 here, so 11 hours difference. You're in the future. What's the lottery numbers? Hi, hello in Colorado. What's the time in Colorado? I'm imagining like 5 hours behind, maybe? Behind me. That cup of tea tastes disgusting. Made my first pom-pom blanket. Well, I'm halfway there. You can do it. Have you had to tape up the fingers? Not all designs require the fingers being taped up. This one does though. Usually the ombre does as well, because it's the same tie, but the ombre is less. This is twice as many ties. Every time you see me like this, just land in my arms. It's been way too long since. Big weather difference, yeah. Let's see. Is everything white outside? Yes. Ice. Oh look, there's a cat. Shut up, Jinx, you've been fed. Had a hard time making the frame. How come? The smaller ones are easier to make because you literally don't need a drill or anything, but like this size you need a drill. Well, you don't need a drill, but it makes it easier. It wasn't matching up. Yeah, see that when people say to me, how many nails is in your frame? I don't answer that question because it's not a simple answer as if I said it was 50 nails and your wood is 5 times the size of mine, then 50 nails isn't going to work. It's literally everything's got to be measured equally and then it kind of just comes together at the end, if that makes sense. Out. Out. The puppy is just terrorising the cat. 37 degrees for you tomorrow. Very nice. Hi Amelia, how are you? This is the busiest YouTube live I've ever done. Try counting your nails. Yeah, it doesn't. So you need to divide your wood by your nail gap. So say you had, if you want 2-inch nail gaps, you just divide the wood by 2 inches. So say it was, I mean, my maths is rubbish, but say it was 50 inches long, then that's 25 nails at a 2-inch nail gap. That's how it works. But you also have to have the square made to make sure so that the left side and the right side have to marry up to each other. And the top and the bottom have to match each other. Other than that, it will work. Hi in Algeria. So like you could have 50 nails on each side and just 10 on the top, 10 on the bottom. But as long as them 10 match each other and those 50 match each other, it works. My very, very first frame that I made, I didn't use any of that. Like, I just made a square and then started measuring nails and it didn't work. So I had to increase the gap to 1.5 inch. So I started at 1 inch. It didn't work like perfect all the way around, but 1.5 inch worked perfect all the way around. And then the next time, the next frame I made, I knew I wanted 2-inch nail gaps. So I based the wood size on a number that can be split by 2. I get that question all the time. How many nails? How many nails? I might just start making up numbers. Just start making up answers. I've literally had people comment on the tutorial of how to make a frame. How many nails? Like, can you tell me you're not watching the video without telling me you're not watching the video? I don't have a name for this pattern, but this is a tutorial. No, this isn't, but this is a tutorial blanket. Obviously it needs to be all tied before I can film the next stage of the tutorial. But yeah, I don't have a name for the pattern. Open to suggestions. I mean, it can't be a 3 colour blend because I already have a design called 3 colour blend, 4 colour blend, and 2 colour blend. Davis, come on. Come on. I didn't come up with the idea. The technique is a really old one. And then, so I watched my sister. My sister used to make blankets years and years and years ago, before she had kids of her own. I watched her make the basic square pattern, so the basic pom-pom pattern. And then when we got put into lockdown, I decided I was going to try it myself because my sister wasn't making them anymore. And then, yeah, I literally just started playing with... Well, I used to draw patterns first. I would draw the pattern. So I drew my frame exactly so that I could draw the pattern and then know that the pattern works before you waste wool. But yeah, that's what I used to do, is to draw them. And then this one, because you're working in 5s or groups of 5, that will make sense when you watch the tutorial. But I just knew it would work without having to draw it first. So, but yeah, I used to draw them at first, and then to find out the amounts of wool, it's literally just trial and error. I use acrylic. I can't touch real wool. I can't touch it, it goes through me. I don't understand why it's got a US dollar sign in the corner. I didn't do that anyway. Had some woman giving me a load of grief because apparently I charge for tutorials, but I'm not sure where I'm charging for tutorials because my playlists are free. I love it when people don't watch a full video or don't like read anything and then just give abusive comments. It's my favourite. I have enough left from this to make a miniature as well. Where did that person get that idea? It's really old. It's a really old technique. I just don't know the proper name of it. I don't know the name of the knot that I use. I'm not an expert. I just went viral through lockdown and it's wrong to say I've been stuck doing it ever since because I'm not complaining about going viral and I enjoy doing it. But yeah, like, I didn't make it up. So sometimes people ask me questions that I don't even know the answer to. That's why I just say tutorials on my page. It's so much easier to just say tutorials on my page. How many hours will it take you to make this? This blanket is more than 24 hours. So it depends on the design that you're doing. It's not the same for it. There's only a couple of designs that require the same amounts of like yarn to be used at the same time, or layers, or every design is literally different. They start at 30 skeins up to 65 skeins. This is 65, bit more maybe. But yeah, it's just a case of like if I knew which design you wanted to know, then I could answer easier. But every tutorial tells you at the beginning how much yarn you need, and so like what groups you'd be using, so like a group of 7 or a group of 10. Every tutorial tells you. If you're not told at the beginning of the video yarn amounts and I'm not speaking and it's a time lapse, then it's not a tutorial, it's not a learning video, it's just a time lapse of the blanket. Thank you, Keely. And I said, going live makes me do more work. I'm just doing more talking than I am tying right now. Easy as goodbye. I've been doing fine. I made the loom. Hi. I make all of my looms. You can buy small looms on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, but I just recommend making it yourself. There's not a company out there making these. It's just a person in their house. So if you buy one and it snaps, I don't know how that would work like with the person you've bought it off. But if you make it yourself and it snaps, you can just mend it. Because if you use too much tension or it's not made well enough, they will warp and twist, and then so they can warp and twist a few times before the loom's done, but eventually it will just snap. Question: if you were a flavour? What? Thank you, Madalena. Hi. This size is 170 by 140. That's centimetres, or 68 inches by 58 inches. It's like when people say, how much wool do I need for a frame that's 7 by 7? Well, I don't have a frame that size, so I don't know. Literally, I know how much I need for my frame. I'm sure people think I'm just being awkward, but I'm literally not. I'm not an expert. I'm just someone who's doing it online. Making it yourself, you are in control. Yeah, you are. I started doing them in lockdown. I started on TikTok. That was when I joined TikTok, when all the adults joined TikTok in lockdown. I don't really bother with it that much now because they've changed the way it monetizes. So it used to be quite good. Now it's like rubbish. Make your own loom. We don't need men. Who needs men? You just need 4 pieces of wood and a hammer and some nails. And a pen. Thank you. If the man in your house has already got the tools, take his tools and do it yourself. Literally watch your shorts for about 3 hours. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I've been on YouTube 16 years. Might even be more than that. But literally the last couple of weeks it's starting to do bits, shall we say. Trust that you can show me. I have a video how to do it. Let me get one of my small ones. So unhappy with myself. We like obsessions, don't worry. So, right, that frame. Wait. Got no room now. This frame, that wood is 1 by 1. So this one is made a bit well, like that. These 2 screws go straight through into that piece of wood to hold it together. And I've got brackets on the inside corners. And then, see all the holes on the back? That's because it was wrong the first time. But that's 1 inch gaps. But I use 2 inch. Literally, if you go to a hardware store, DIY store, if you're in England, go to Wicks, because they'll cut the wood to size for you, and you could probably even make them hammer the nails in, if you're forceful enough. But yeah, it's literally a case of marking it. You can use these type of brackets as well. That's why I drew that on there. They're actually a good type of bracket. I don't know why I've never used those. I usually have the bracket that goes that way, like this. So this frame, this is my 40-inch frame. This My mum bought a cooker, or oven cooker, and this was round it. It was around the oven. Can you see it? Wait. Right, now you can see it. That was around the cooker. So I took it home and put nails in it. And it's made so many blankets. I've had it 5 years. 5 years. Only thing I added to it was the brackets. And then if you can see that weird stuff, that's Gorilla Glue. But yeah, you can make a frame out of anything. If you find 4 pieces of wood already in a square, nail it up, keep it. Do you know what else is good? Pallets. Pallets are actually perfect. They're a bit heavy, but it's already a square. Perfect. 2 pallets makes a 7 foot runner. 7 foot by like 3.5 foot. Actually really nice. Sometimes easier to do it yourself. It is. I'm too impatient. I can't wait for other people. That's why I just did it myself. So I have 3 frames, 40 inch, 40 by 27, 30 by 22, and 58 by 68. But if you look, so that's how much of my big frame the 40 inch is. But because it's got 1.5 inch nail gaps, this frame, a blanket on that frame takes between 5 and 8 hours because of the nail gaps. This has it has like 200 less ties than that. So that's why I try and not use the 40 inch because it takes forever. And if someone does buy a 40 inch blanket, it is more expensive than the 30 inch, like twice the price because it takes more than twice the time. And it obviously uses more yarn. Learn from our mistakes. That's true. That's very true. I've seen people buying looms on eBay and Etsy, and I know that it's just made by someone like me. The reason I don't make looms and sell looms is because to have them posted would just be ridiculous. You would have to send it, deconstructed, and you would have to put it together yourself. So you may as well just make one. That's how my brain works anyway. And you know what? You get better job satisfaction. Way better. Because you've made the frame yourself and then you've used that frame to make blankets, what you can sell and make money with. It's like proper job satisfaction. Crocheting baby blankets. I can't crochet. I can knit, but I can't crochet. I knitted myself a scarf. Is that a word? Knitted. I knit myself a scarf. Did the waffle stitch. It took me 3 months. 3 months. So if I was to sell that scarf, it was going to cost someone £3,500. So that's when I decided no more knitting. This is rough trade. Well, I feel better already. I was in a bit of a funny mood this morning. One of those moods where you in Iowa. Oh. Well, this delivery is not Royal Mail. It's not like the postman or the mailman. It's a, what do you call them? It's a shipping company, shipping firm. That's what they do all day. So they sent me a tracking number, but that was well over a week ago. And I literally live at like a 20-minute drive from where I bought the tent from. I could have picked it up myself. If you have an old bed. Yeah, bed slats, that's a good idea actually. Here in the States, most of the big box shops. Yeah, there's a few, is JC Penney a DIY store? I'm sure someone said it was. I have a lot of followers from America. Sure I can convince a guy. Tell him I said get it done. Okay. Okay, Keely. Or a bad thing. But snapped it, and that's the other thing, snapping. You don't want to. So if your thread snaps, you need to go right down to like there, cut all that off, so you've not got any weak bits. 'Cause if you weaken it and then tie it, that tie can snap. You can tell when it's weakened, you feel it stretch. It'll like stretch double the size, but it just doesn't feel, it feels abnormal. I need another piece of tape. Oh, maybe maybe it was for yarn then, can you get yarn in JC Penney? I just remember someone commenting something about JC Penney. That's the other thing with this design. You've got to do a lot of moving it along. So they're kind of in the place where they need to be, but they end up joining up like this. And then you've got to separate. So you don't tie one colour into the next. Now he's obsessed too. If you get the frame made, you can help it. Or if you've got a frame, haven't you? You can help me make one.
Domino's Price Slice. A bargain whichever way you slice it. Order now.
Michael's is our big craft store, yarns and fabric. Hobby Lobby. Okay. Crazy amounts of ADHD, can't even finish a sandwich. Let him do the wrapping, like wrapping the wool, and then you do the tying. So I take orders on Facebook and Instagram. I don't have an Etsy shop because, so I did look into it, but then most of my sales are America and abroad, and it's like £85 to send a giant design to America, and Etsy seems to think I should be able to send them for £12.50, so I have to add the rest of that shipping money onto the blanket price, and then they just look ridiculous prices. So plus Etsy ask for money, like a percentage, so I just never bothered. I do have a Shopify website and I'm in the process of sorting it out, but I don't hold stock. All blankets are custom made to order, so the only way to get one really is to speak to me on Facebook or Instagram. If YouTube had an inbox, I'd be able to take orders on YouTube as well, but there's no way to message me on YouTube. And there's that many choices. I've got like 22 different designs, and then some designs use up to 14 colours, so it's the best way to get one is to have a conversation with me or to make it yourself. How often do I sharpen the scissors? So these little ones, I've had these for 5 years, 5.5 years. I used to sharpen them on a plate. You see, they're all scratched. But now I've got this. And that's a scissor sharpener. I usually do these ones after every blanket now because of how old they are. And then I've got these, which is these, but they're Big Brother. But they've not been sharpened yet. They'll take off a finger then. And then I've got my little snips. And I've got these little snips. They've not been sharpened. They're just not my favourite. These are my favourite. And the dog's had all of them. Look at the handle. She chewed that. She's a 5-month-old puppy. She chewed these. Because she's a bitch. Yeah, I am working on the Shopify, but if I do set up the Shopify page, it will literally just be to send me messages, because if I had a shop with options, say someone ordered 10 blankets and they wanted 10 blankets by next week, that's not possible because it's just me making them. And at the moment, it's taking me 2 weeks to make one blanket. I'm getting slower as I get older. I've been live for 45 minutes and I've tied what? 3 rows? 2.5 rows? I need to pull my finger out. All those scissors are Fiskars as well. You get a lifetime guarantee. So if you want good scissors, I recommend Fiskars. I'm going to have to go and get some plasters. That's ripped there now. Gonna have to go and get plasters and then I'll be able to tie faster. But I enjoyed this and I'm going to do more YouTube lives. So thank you for all your comments and interactions. I appreciate each and every one of you.